My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full UFC fight cards. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And we're also giving away $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets, signs up with one of our 5 betting partners, and makes a deposit, will get $50 from us. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. And this is brought to you by EarnYouIO. EarnYouIO is the world's first sports and esports prediction game, allowing you to earn crypto risk-free. Check it out now at EarnYouIO. Next up, at UFC Vegas 53, we have Darren Elkins taking on Tristan Connelly. Darren Elkins, 26-10 overall, 2-3 in his last 5, and he's coming off the KO loss to Cub Swanson. Tristan Connelly, 14-7 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, coming off a decision loss to Pat Sabatini about a year ago. Darren Elkins
Sabatini.
Yeah, a year ago. Darren Elkins is incredibly tough and absolutely never out of a fight. He's always live for a finish and is the definition of a grinder. He comes forward with heavy strikes to close the distance, cuts off the cage, and then he works in his grappling from there. He's a pretty good wrestler with incredible top pressure. He can pound you out with a TKO or work to a submission. He's coming off a KO loss to Cub Swanson where he was just not able to get the takedowns, and he suffered those consequences. Essentially, Darren Elkins is scrappy, makes fights ugly, and thrives in those spots. He does struggle when his opponents are able to keep fights clean and technical. Tristan Connelly was brought into the UFC, stepped up on short notice to fight Michel Pereira 3 years ago, and that was at welterweight, which is 25 pounds heavier than this fight. But Michel blew his wad in that fight doing his capoeira dance moves, and just Tristan took advantage of that and took the win. But while that win is super impressive on paper, Tristan Connelly didn't win that fight, right? Michel Pereira lost that fight because he gassed so hard. Style-wise, Tristan's a high-pressure guy who walks forward throwing punches, and even when he's getting hit, he doesn't stop coming forward. He's tough, he has power in his hands, and he does have solid grappling behind it. And it's an interesting fight because Darren Elkins averages almost 3 takedowns per fight, and he can make this look a lot like the Pat Sabatini fight versus Tristan Connelly, where he just racks up control time, gets a pretty dominant win. But Darren can also get wild at times, and he's willing to trade. Tristan is stupid tough, and I think he can steal this fight. I think Tristan can avoid the takedowns, land those big punches, and sneak out a win. I fully recognize how tough Darren Elkins is. I fully recognize that this is like a tailor-made fight for him, right? Get the takedowns, you should be safe. But these guys get later in their careers taking the damage that it's literally his nickname, The Damage. And it's not for how much damage he puts on people. It's for how much damage he receives. I just think it's a steep drop-off for Darren Elkins here. I think Tristan Connelly gets it done. What do you think, Jakey boy?
I honestly, when I saw this fight, I can't believe Darren Elkins is almost a 2-1 favorite, honestly, versus anyone at this point in his career. Obviously, he's very tough. He's got a lot of experience, but this seems a little bit crazy that he's a 2-1 favorite versus anyone, especially someone that went up in weight, as you mentioned, and beat Michel Pereira. I mean, Michel Pereira did get tired, but I mean, he beat Michel Pereira. I mean, that's just the way it is, and he survived versus Pat Sabatini, and that's actually an accomplishment. Pat Sabatini usually finishes his fights. He had another decision win in his last fight, but typically he's finishing people. He survived versus Pat Sabatini. He beats Michel Pereira in this fight. I think he loses to Darren Elkins. Darren Elkins is an Indiana boy. That's why he's the damage. He's tough. Us Indiana Midwest guys just know how to get the job done.
Us.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'm going Darren Elkins.
Okay. Yeah, we're split here. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with the Darren Elkins pick, and he's the safer pick. He's the more logical pick. Style-wise, he should win. But I just, there's points in people's careers where it turns and it turns fast. And unfortunately, I just think he's taking a couple too many shots. And Tristan Connelly has that kind of power. If he can avoid some of the takedowns and let his hands go, I can see that getting done. But I'm not going to argue with anybody saying Darren Elkins wins. He should win. He's got the wrestling, and that can really dictate where this fight goes. You going to spend the $8,600 though? You think he wins that much?
No, because Darren Elkins, fun little fact here, lost a striking match to Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall outstruck him 40-31 in a 3-round match. I don't think obviously that how this fight's going to go, but yeah, I'm not going to play $8,600.
Okay. Monkey knife fight. I don't know what to do with that. I honestly, it's probably less, frankly. But these are tough guys. They can go to war. I'm not touching this monkey knife fight line. I have no idea what's going to happen there. But I do like Tristan Connelly in this underdog spot. But this is not a hill I'm going to die on. I'm not going to be screaming and yelling, convincing everybody that Tristan Connelly is going to dominate this fight like I had to do with Bilal Muhammad a few weeks ago. But yeah, it should be a fun one. I am interested to see what happens here.
This could be one of those just weird like fight of the year candidates. I mean, this could end up being like a weird fight of the year candidate.
No, absolutely. And it wouldn't even be, I mean, Darren Elkins is a pretty exciting guy. So, it could be.
Even in that Cub Swanson, I mean, Cub was teeing him up and he was still like, didn't know where he was at, but he was on his feet, like looking for stuff. I mean, the guy, you can't put him away. Even when you put him away, you can't put him away.
Yeah, he's always in a fight. Yeah, we're split on this one, but if you want $50, WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners. We send you $50 as a thank you. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it.